Guys, what is up? It is Mike with Second Form Strength here for another video. So, as you can see, the name of the channel has changed from Lollybag Mike to Second Form Strength. So, I'll just give a quick rundown before I get into the kind of topic I wanted to talk about in the video. So essentially, as I put in the description, I've been training in the gym for 10 years going on now. Yep. Because I'll be 31 in about a month. But yeah, I've been training for 10 years, but it's really only in the last 5 months that I've achieved the physique I have. Which is why I've got my shirt off, just to illustrate. It's not because I want to show my nipples off. Okay. Just wanted to add that caveat in. But yeah, like I said, I've only really gotten these more drastic results in the past 5 months from following the protocols that I've followed, which, look, I'm not going to be one of those guys that's like, it's hidden behind a course. Really, the three main things you need to focus on is your nutrition, obviously, we know this, is your workout and your recovery. But above all that is your mindset, and that's really what it starts with. It's what a lot of people don't really seem to focus on as much. And that's kind of why I made this channel. I mean, I called it Second Form Strength because really when you go from, like I did, from 28% to 10% body fat, to do that, you need to step into the next version of yourself, because to do the disciplines that are required to get yourself to that point, and I should add, to get yourself to a point where you're lean and muscular, because it's easy to be one of these dudes that's just very skinny and have low body fat, but to actually maintain muscle while you're just losing fat and not just strictly weight, that takes consistency and dedication, and it shows that you actually know what you're doing when it comes to training and progressive overload. So with all that being said, when you do the disciplines that are required to get to that level, it kind of requires you to change everything else in your life and look at things differently. But that's what's required to reach this 2.0, or your second form, which is going to give you a mental and physical strength that you haven't experienced before. If you've never been, let's say you've always been above 20% body fat, or you've never been able to see abs. And if we're being honest, most dudes would like to at least once in their life see their abs, okay? And most people don't, because they think it's difficult, or it's hard, or it's impossible. They don't know about reverse dieting. They don't know about the fact that you can get lean, staircase your way back up in terms of calories, slowly build your calories back up, and get to a level where you can maintain your abs eating, up to 2,900, 3,000 calories. And you can still have the foods you want. It's all about balance and tracking and just organizing your life and really stepping into a new identity, becoming your second form. So hence the name of the YouTube channel. But, what I wanted to talk about today was, it's a saying you've probably heard, attention goes, or energy flows where attention goes, right? So basically, whatever you put your attention into, that's where your energy is directed. And there are a lot of people that are putting this energy into the wrong direction. And I think for a long time I was one of those people, and in a way I still am. It was always a case of me giving my energy out, but not receiving what I thought or what I expected to receive in return. The payoff was never good enough. It always felt like I was just putting too much in, but not receiving enough back. And if you're watching this video, maybe you felt a similar way. That's because wherever your attention is going, whatever you're focusing on the most, that's where your energy is going to. And a lot of us are focusing the energy in the wrong places. It really, if you think about what I just said, energy goes where attention flows. Most people aren't in good shape because their attention is going to their jobs, probably jobs they hate. Their attention is going towards social media. Their attention is going towards bad foods, fast foods, towards numbing themselves with all that stuff just to get through their lives. So their energy is, as a result, misdirected, and the flow isn't there. So the energy is essentially still flowing. It's a very weak flow. It's a very weak current. And as such, they only have enough energy to do what they need to do to survive. I mean, fair enough if you think about it like that. So when you think about it like that, a lot of the reason why people fail on their weight loss journeys and, things like this is their energy is not sufficient enough to take on the task because their identity is not aligned with what they truly want. Their attention is focused on the wrong things, i.e. not their body, i.e. something else so it's not focused on them. It's focused on everyone else. It's focused on the distractions. It's focused on the fact that they're not happy with their job. It's focused on looking at everyone else's lives on social media and feeling worse about themselves. And then it's focused on eating bad foods and neglecting themselves for what they perceive as momentary happiness, which it probably is, but then that leads to just a further depression. So you're putting yourself in a spiral when you haven't set your mindset up before you try to do these weight loss things. And a lot of people are still in that spiral, and then they're trying to add on weight loss to it, and they're just going about it the wrong way because they're not actually first taking the time to work out where their attention should be and do the actions that will shift that attention into the areas it needs to go in order to achieve something like losing weight or getting to a physique, whatever your ideal physique is, a body transformation, if you will. God, and there's a lot I want to say in this video, but I want to try keep it brief for now because I've been doing longer videos in the past and I feel like people probably tune out past like the 10-minute mark. So I'll try to keep this one about 10, 11 minutes. So just to summarize, energy goes where attention flows. No, energy flows where attention goes. If you really are serious about starting weight loss, and maybe you're someone who, you are good at the gym, but your diet just isn't on point, you need to shift your attention to your diet. You need to start tracking calories. I know, it sucks. But you only think it sucks because you're not doing it correctly, most likely. And most likely you're not doing it for long enough to actually see results. You're giving up too early and then you're going, oh fuck, tracking calories. So look, I won't go into it on this video, but these are the things you need to do if you're serious about it. And trust me on this, you can look back at my past videos and see where I was, like where I started and where I am now. So the first thing you need to do is work out why you want to lose the weight. Think, visualize. I know it sounds woo-woo, but you need to visualize what the 2.0 version of you would be doing. I learned this from a great man called Tom Sergi. Great fella. You can check out his channel. He's Tom Sergi on YouTube, and I think he's the Guerrilla Platoon Army. He's an ex-British paratrooper, and he's the one that really helped me with this mindset stuff and got me on this path that I'm on now. So I have to give credit to him when I talk about this stuff. But essentially, you want to think about what the 2.0 version of you would be doing in terms of, what actions would that person be taking? Think about yourself with abs, okay? Or think about whatever your ideal physique is. Think about you being at that ideal physique. Now, reverse engineer that and simply, this is your first exercise. I'm going to give you one exercise when you're watching this video, okay? If you leave this video and there's one thing that you can do, this is it. And I'll leave it at this. All right, put your attention on this. Your energy will start to manifest into this. Trust me, I know it might sound woo-woo. I'm not that type of person, but as I've made this transformation, I mean, look, I'm just doing this to show you. I've made great gains in terms of cutness and everything like that, and I've just eaten too. So I'm not going to look as I do when I haven't eaten. There's going to be some bloating, but even still, Best shape I've been in, and I'm nearly 31. I'll be 31 next month. So the proof is in the pudding. If you don't trust my words, look at my transformation. Go back, watch my videos. Just see the transformation. Anyway, if there's one thing I can leave you with on this video is I want you to, after you watch this, think about your ideal physique. Now, picture yourself at that ideal physique and think to yourself, okay, what would the person, okay, who had that physique, what would their routine be like? Map out what their day would be like from waking up to going to bed. Put your work in there, put whatever you're doing from like, put your essential duties in there, but then you know it. If you truly ask yourself, you know what the answer is. You don't need to watch countless YouTube videos. You don't even really need to watch this video to know to do this. But what I'm telling you is just do this one exercise. If you want to focus on the weight loss and get your journey started, don't just go for the tactics. Focus on getting your mindset right too, because that's the vehicle that will drive all of this change. And you need to have that set before you start, because this isn't going to be a quick journey, but it's going to be a very rewarding one. But you need to have your why in place, and you need to reverse engineer, right? So this is your action step. Get a piece of paper and write down the routine of the person who has the physique you want. Yourself, let's say in 6 months, you follow all of this stuff that you're going to write down. You follow this daily routine that this person who's in the shape you want to be in, i.e. your future ideal 2.0 second form, you're going to write down what they would do from time they wake up and go to bed. So if they're going to the gym, and then you're also going to write what their principles are. What are your non-negotiables? What are the things that no matter what happens, no matter how you feel, you get them done simply because you said to yourself you would get them done? Because you need to build trust with yourself. And the only way you do that is by following what you say you're going to do. What you tell yourself you're going to do, you need to follow. Because the more you do that, it builds up trust. You're not going to be perfect. You're not going to always be able to do everything you say you will. But when you aspire to start to act that way, you will have more wins than losses. And eventually you'll get to the point where you always do what you say you're going to do. And at that point, your self-confidence will be so high. I could go on for 20 minutes, but it's 12 minutes now, so I'm going to end it at this. Do what I just said. Write down the routine of the 2.0 second form version of yourself. What would they do? What would their routine be like? And what are their non-negotiables? And simply follow that. Or try to follow it. You know what I mean? Like follow, let's say you write down 5 non-negotiables. Don't beat yourself up if you only follow 4 of them in the day. If your non-negotiables are, I will go to the gym 4 days a week. I will brush my teeth every night. I will get 5,000 steps a day, and I will drink 3 liters of water a day. Okay, that's 4, but let's just start with that, okay? Start small. I'm going to even say 4. 3 to 4 non-negotiables, right? Start small, because you want to build trust, and you can't build trust with yourself if you've never done it before, if you don't have a history, which obviously you don't if you're not in shape or the shape you want to be. You don't have a history of trusting yourself and doing what you say you're going to do. So you need to start small, okay? So 3 to 4 non-negotiables. At the end of this video, this is what you're going to do. Write down 3 to 4 non-negotiables that the 2.0 version of you would have, okay? The second form of you. Next, write down the routine that the second form of you would follow, okay? 2 things. Now you have a North Star. Now you're at least building a semblance of a North Star. You have something to guide you. And this is going to make sticking to the weight loss journey a lot easier, because there will be difficult moments, don't get me wrong, but it's easier than you think. But you need to do this stuff first to kickstart it. So attention goes where energy flows. Attention flows where energy goes. Attention flows where energy goes, or attention goes where energy flows. Either way, it makes sense. So you know where I'm going with this. Put your attention on this, on what I've just said. Your energy will start to shift towards that. If you want to make this positive change, it starts with energy. Energy controls everything, okay? That's not woo-woo, it's science. I mean, look it up, Google it. But yeah, so I just wanted to make this video to let you guys give you guys a tip and hope that helps. And I'll be doing a lot more videos on here from now on. So get used to seeing my face, get used to seeing these nips. Maybe don't get used to seeing the nips all the time. I'll probably cover up. But yeah, that's it from me, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Have an awesome day/night. Peace out.